SUV. 2005 Lincoln Town Car. I have a 10-passenger Lincoln Town Car, which is a stretch limousine, and also a 15-passenger Excursion SUV.
I therefore assume the 15-passenger Excursion that Miss Hood contracted for because her son was there with over a dozen friends. Is that correct?
No, Your Honor. Actually, on the phone, we discussed that we were going to get the Escalade.
You don't own an Escalade, sir.
No, ma'am.
You do, however. And
So
what time were
was
you supposed to pick up the children?
6 o'clock.
What time were you supposed to pick them up after the dance?
When they were coming out.
What time?
When they contacted me, Your Honor.
What time was he supposed to pick them up?
He was supposed to pick them up at 11, and I told him when he picked the children up from my home that the dance would be over at 11, and the dance was over at 11. They were all to be picked up at a location. I did give him my son's cell phone number and another party's cell phone number.
You told him 11, and you told him the location?
Yes.
What time did you arrive there?
Around 11:30, 11:20.
Why?
20,
What happened?
In the 20s. I had to step away, Your Honor, to use the restroom.
Sit down.
Your Honor. When he did come back to pick them up, my son and the kids in the car, they said that...
Just a second. Don't tell me what they said. This is your son?
This is my son?
What time did he get back to pick you up after the dance was over?
11:35 approximately.
And your mother's going to start to tell me what the car looked like when he came back to pick you up. What did it look like?
On the outside, it was just black, and on the inside, it was all wrecked. There were holes in the seats, and there was a cup full of like he stated earlier, he had to use the restroom before he came to pick us up, and there was a cup full of what looked like pee in the cup holders that were there, and I find that quite gross, obviously. And there were also beer cans in the trunk of the car, which...
How do you know that there was anything in the trunk of the car?
Actually, Kristin said that there were.
You're Kristin.
Yes. The parents were taking photographs from the back hatch, and Ryan and I sat in the back of the limo. And in the cargo space, I happened to look down, and there were cans, trash, and beer cans and bottles back there, which was very concerning.
I believe everything that they said, sir. Do you understand?
I understand,
So I
Your Honor.
suggest that your affiliate, you should become unaffiliated with.
I do apologize
Right.
for his
Very
behavior, and in fact, I did state that in an email to Mrs. Hood that I had no aware of what happened. No one ever called me to have any problems. They didn't call me to say they were late.
They're telling you the truth, sir.
Right. I mean, it's more of, Your Honor, what he said, she said.
No.
Because
No.
all
I
this-
listened to him.
Right, but all this came about a couple days after the job was done when I found out that the credit card was declined. And so I sent an email back saying, hey, what happened, blah, blah, blah. And then she sends an email back saying, oh, well, all this has happened, and there's a whole, wreckage
Absolutely
going
right,
on
because she
of
thinks that
different
she's
things.
dealing with somebody from your company.
Well, I think...
She thinks she's dealing with somebody from your company that you ought to know about.
Judge Judy continues in a moment.